Good afternoon, everyone. This is a great crowd. I only said it once or 1.5 times. Everybody quieted down. It's amazing. Thank you. So good afternoon. Class of 2026, how are you today? Well, I hope you've been able to stay dry. I know this weather's not ideal, but no matter what, we're not going to let what's happening outside dampen our spirits under the tent for this auspicious moment. Is that right, class of 2026? Well, I am thrilled to be here sharing this much anticipated day with all of you, joined by your family, friends, loved ones, supporters. You've worked incredibly hard to be here, to experience this milestone, your entrance into the profession of medicine. Before I go on further with my remarks, I do want to take a minute and recognize those in our community who have been directly and indirectly affected by Hurricane Ian this past week, especially those students, families, and loved ones who were very sadly unable to join in the celebration in person today due to the impact of this major event. And I know I speak on behalf of everyone in the medical school community when I say that our thoughts are with all of them during this challenging period. To our MD'26 class, I understand you might find yourself at a moment that is simultaneously exhilarating, but perhaps anxiety-provoking at the same time. It's important to acknowledge that change, new experiences, evokes such feelings. It's normal. But we challenge ourselves, we learn, we grow, we adapt. A second reason that I'm confident, despite even if you have a little bit of anxiety, that you're going to do great, is that you were accepted into this medical school. That is a decidedly non-trivial achievement. And then finally, I want to tell you a secret. But don't tell anyone. It's really, really important. I recently reviewed the history of this medical school, 50 years, as part of a discussion a couple of days ago. And I have concluded, I don't want to share it with everyone in the back, so if you lean forward a little bit, I'm just going to whisper it to you. This is the best first class in the history of the Warren Alper Medical School ever. But more seriously, please also know that there are a lot of us around to help and support you. It's going to be exciting, it'll be hard, but we have fabulous leaders committed to your success. Dr. Starr Hampton, who's with us today, an OBGYN surgeon, is our leader in education. Just started about 6 weeks ago. Dr. Patricia Poitevin, who I see as well, a pediatrician, is focused as our leader in diversity, equity, inclusion. And Dr. Kelly Holder, a clinical psychologist, is leading our wellness efforts. They are all, along with our entire leadership team, here to help and support you in any way you need. Now let's reflect a little bit on everything that has transpired to get you to this point in your educational journeys and the inception of your careers in medicine. Your experience has been slightly more intense than average. Your journey to medical school began in the midst of a global pandemic, demonstrating from the get-go your steadfast determination and resilience, qualities you will draw upon throughout your careers. This is important because medical school and doctoring is not the path of least resistance. The long hours, grueling coursework, and as you will learn, demanding clinical experiences can be intellectually, physically, and emotionally draining. But it is also immensely rewarding. And we choose it as our calling not because it is easy, but because it is a way to contribute to the world, one person at a time. It is an enormous privilege and a great responsibility. Through all of your work, all of your sacrifices, and all of your achievements, you have prepared for crucial careers dedicated to the art of science and healing, and to advancing the human condition by seeing each patient holistically and promoting physical and emotional health and wellness. You will have ample opportunities to express this, be it through showing compassion during a routine exam, through excellence in helping achieve a procedure, or the curiosity that fuels finding cures to any range of ailments. While your path today has been challenging, you also have benefited from the support of your family, friends, mentors, and each other. Today is a day to acknowledge and reflect on the sacrifices that you and others have made to get you here, and to celebrate both your individual achievements and your collective achievements as the class of 2026. Now, I'm going to ask the class in a moment to stand and just look around, try to capture the moment. And then I'm going to have you turn around and face your parents, grandparents, significant others, siblings and friends, mentors, faculty, and offer them a round of applause. So, class of 2026, if we can have you stand, don't let those white coats unfold. And if you look around, turn around, and how about applause for the remarkable individuals in the back? All right, please be seated. As I wrap up, I do wish to take a minute to also note that you join this institution at a milestone moment in its history as we celebrate 50 years of medicine at Brown, 50 years of innovation, 50 years of impact. I am confident that the efforts you will put forth, both individually and collectively throughout medical school, will provide significant contributions that will be remembered in our next 50 years. MD class of 2026, take pride in the fact that this rite of passage into the medical profession that you are experiencing today is now part of our rich history. Congratulations on meeting this milestone. You are more than ready for whatever may await you. And now, it's my pleasure to invite MD'23 candidate, John D. Johnson, to offer this year's student reflections. John was selected by his fellow classmates as the student who most personifies the white coat. John.
Good afternoon. I'm John Johnson, a fourth-year medical student here at Warren Alpert Medical School. I'm grateful to be able to speak to you all in such a significant moment. Thank you to our deans and administration for allowing me to speak today, and thank you to my class for electing me to represent them. And of course, thank you to my wonderful parents and family for loving me and supporting me throughout my life. First of all, I want to extend a huge congratulations to each one of you for this amazing accomplishment of being admitted to medical school and continuing your journey to becoming a physician. While each one of you have had your own unique obstacles and triumphs, the common thread between you all is that you've shown tremendous dedication to reach this point, and I'm honored to be your student speaker. I also want to say congratulations to all of the friends and family in attendance today. Your time, love, and encouragement have been instrumental in molding us into who we are. The white coat is a symbol which can vary greatly in meaning depending on who is seeing it and who is wearing it. Coming from a place like Greenville, Mississippi, when I was bestowed the white coat, I knew that it was not only mine. The familiar embrace of my mother, the closed-lip grin of my father, the gleam in the eyes of my nieces and nephews all let me know that I shared this coat. Although I stand before you today as one person, I am the product of love and support from an entire community. My white coat was the dedication, passion, and resilience of myself and my family stitched into a single garment, and I take great pride in wearing it. When I began participating in the care of patients, the white coat took on even more meaning. I quickly realized the white coat signaled that I was a confidant. Patients readily trusted me with information that many times not even those closest to them knew. I would know the intricacies of their pain, their roses, their thorns, and the aspirations of their future. I would meet their families. I joined in the chorus of laughter. I remained present in their grief. I held their hand during resolve. I recognized how immensely privileged I was to be trusted by so many people. But as much as there is privilege that accompanies wearing the white coat, there is also great responsibility. While there are many responsibilities to name, I wanted to touch on a few key ones that have been important for me throughout my medical journey. As current and future physicians, we first have the responsibility of honoring the trust our patients give us. The way I believe we honor this trust is by being dedicated to our patients, and this looks different at different stages. At the stage you're currently in, it looks like continuing to put in the time and effort to learn as much as you can. I know from personal experience, when you're in the middle of biochem, it can be easy to lose focus of why you're here. All of the information, all of the enzymes, then our OSCE's coming up, it can be overwhelming. But I promise you, the work that you're doing now is laying a strong foundation for the doctor that you will become. The next responsibility I wanted to address is the responsibility that you have to each other. I encourage you all to lift each other up at every opportunity. There are some concepts I only understand because one of my classmates took the time to explain it to me. These things may seem small, but you never know when a little piece of information can greatly impact the patient's care or even save their life. Medicine is a team sport, and that means sharing knowledge and being there for one another whenever possible. In tandem with uplifting others, it's also important to let people know when you are in need of help. And this leads me to the responsibility that you have to yourself. Medical school is hard. I know I'm standing up here now giving a speech in a suit, but ask my parents, they'll tell you. They've received many a frantic phone call from me, either stressing about exams, OSCEs, evaluations, or any of the other stresses that come along with medical school. If this is the only thing you remember from what I say today, please take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. That means taking breaks when you need to, calling your loved ones, and doing the things that you enjoy. I don't know all of you personally, but from the few that I do, I can confidently say that you are a brilliant group. And I know from personal experience, when you're surrounded by brilliant people, it can be intimidating and isolating when you are faced with challenges or when you encounter what we tend to think of as failure. I'll be transparent with you. In my journey, there have been many times that I didn't succeed. There have been OSCEs I remediated, there are tests that I took, and then there are the tests that took me. But I've found that I've learned so much more in times of failure than when I passed the first time around. At every level, whether as a medical student, resident, or attending, in medicine, we learn through mistakes and we grow through resilience. So be kind to yourself and know that it's okay when things don't go according to plan. The journey through medicine is a tough road, but please remember that you are loved, You are enough, and you have an entire community of people here willing to help you. The last responsibility that I wanted to share is the responsibility of representation. When you wear the white coat, you are participating in something that is larger than yourself. The white coat connects you to a history that transcends your personal experience, and that history is admittedly complicated. To put it plainly, there are injustices that lie at the foundation of medicine. And I say this today not to make you feel as though these injustices are yours to personally bear, but it's imperative that you understand that they are there. The same history that's brought us wondrous advancements like vaccines, life-saving antibiotics, and treatments that greatly improve patients' quality of life is the same exact history that has abused people of color, women, and countless others. Because of this complicated history, two opposing perspectives of what the white coat means may both hold truth in them. But as I said in the beginning, the meaning of the white coat varies greatly depending on who is seeing it and who is wearing it. The history of medicine is complex, and these complexities are woven into the white coat that we all wear. But as you come up today to receive your white coat, take great pride and responsibility in knowing that while history determines what the white coat means up to this point, the future of what it means depends on you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all finna make me blush. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Liza Aguiar, who will deliver the Charles O. Cook, MD Distinguished Visiting Lectureship, which was established through the bequest by Ms. Ruth Cook Peterson to hold promise of the significant and lasting benefit to medical education at Brown. Dr. Aguiar is a native Rhode Islander who attended Lincoln School in Providence and then entered Brown as part of the program in liberal medical education. After graduation from medical school in 2008, she completed her residency in urology at Rhode Island Hospital and a fellowship in pediatric urology at Connecticut Children's Hospital. Dr. Aguiar returned to Brown in 2015 as an assistant professor of urologic surgery and attending pediatric urologist with Brown Urology. Dr. Aguiar's academic career is highlighted by efforts in medical student education and resident surgical training. As the course director of the urology surgical clerkships and sub-internship, she is a primary career advisor for Brown medical students interested in urology. She plays an active role in the Rhode Island medical community. As president of the Rhode Island Medical Women's Association, she is also a valued board member of the Brown Medical Alumni Association. Dr. Aguiar lives in Providence, Rhode Island with her husband, Bradley DiNardo, also a graduate of our medical school, a 3-year-old son, Carson, and a Rhodesian Ridgeback named Rhodey, named after the great state in which they live and love. Please welcome Dr. Aguiar.
So I travel with a step. Good afternoon, Dean Jane, medical faculty, alumni, parents, guests, and of course, the class of 2026. It is an honor to be here before you and to have the opportunity to speak at the 24th Annual Ceremony of Commitment to Medicine. When I was asked to give this lecture, I remembered a funny story that I'd like to share with you all today. It's about something that happened to me a few weeks after my white coat ceremony. I decided to visit a friend in California, and during my flight from Boston to LA, one of the flight attendants came on the overhead speaker and said, "Good evening, passengers. Is there a doctor flying with us today? Please raise your hand." Now, only a few weeks prior to this, I was putting on my white coat, being welcomed into the medical community, and told from that day forward, it is my duty, my responsibility to care for others. Well, I did not raise my hand. I thought, there is absolutely no way I could be of use in this situation. I looked up and down the aisle from my seat and just waited for someone to volunteer. Soon, another announcement. Is there a doctor or nurse on the plane? Please raise your hand. Once again, looked up and down the aisle, thinking, nope, not doing it. I don't even know how to take someone's blood pressure. I did notice another gentleman looking around, so I thought, great, maybe he'll help. I'm all set. But he didn't raise his hand. Third announcement. Is there any medical professional on the plane? And this is when I finally bit the bullet and thought, well, I'm probably better than no help at all at this point. And coincidentally, both I and this other gentleman raised our hands at the same time. We were instructed to go to the back of the plane. He got up, walked to me, and said, "What, are you a medical student?" And I said, "Yes," anxiously. He said, "Great, I'm a plastic surgeon." We both don't know anything. Let's go see what's going on. Long story short, there was an elderly woman who was short of breath. We put an oxygen mask on her. I held her hand while he took her vitals. We landed soon after, thank God, and she got the medical attention she needed. So besides being an entertaining story, I think it demonstrates that this milestone, your first white coat, represents more of a promise to your future self as a physician and to your future patients. It's really your admission ticket to one amazing ride of figuring out who you are as a professional and not just as a student. It's your ticket to connecting with mentors and to figuring out what kind of doctor you want to be, to finding your people. What I remember most about my white coat ceremony was feeling, for the first time, I am actually going to be a doctor. For years, I said, I want to be a doctor. I could now say, I am going to be a doctor. And of course, part of me thought, did someone make a mistake along the way? Am I really cut out for this? Well, I'm here to tell you that if that little voice is present in your head, no one made a mistake. You are here because you deserve to be here. And now, it's not just your family and your friends supporting you and cheering you on. It's an entire medical community that is invested in your success. To me, my first white coat represented my hard work, my sacrifice, hours of studying, my knowledge, and of course, all that is true. But I'll tell you, what your white coat represents to your future patients is so much more complex, as we just heard. I'll let you in on another little secret. You're leaving here with all the secrets. Your patients are really not as interested in how much you know. That's sort of a given, but how much you care. To some of them, your white coat may remind them of their fears, their vulnerability, and I hope to many of them your white coat represents safety and healing. I think acknowledging how multifaceted a patient-physician relationship can be is the first step to really connecting with your patient and understanding them. And by understanding, I mean to really be able to decipher their symptoms, their words, their feelings, their facial expressions, even their eye contact. And remember, that connection relies on your effort much more than it does on theirs. It may take 10 minutes for some patients, and it may take multiple interactions for others, but it's worth the time, because treating someone whom you understand within their context is so much more effective. What your textbooks may not tell you is that if your patients trust you, their labs will improve, their hypertension will get better, they will lose weight, their diabetes will be better controlled, because you are more likely to understand their needs, and they are more likely to be able to listen to you and follow your instruction. Without that, without the art of medicine, the science of medicine just goes to waste. Another thing that you may not learn from your textbooks, but you may experience on the wards, is that your gut feeling, your intuition, may be one of your best medical instruments and diagnostic tools. Before I started my residency, my father recommended that I read the book Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. You should all read it. For those of you unfamiliar, it's a book about how the human mind can examine a situation and quickly process all the information that is necessary to make a correct decision and even plot a course of action almost instantaneously. And the most accurate assessments are often based more on the emotional and mental state of others than on objective information. Now you may be asking, are you telling me I don't have to show up tomorrow and do all my classes? Like, what's the deal here? No, that's certainly not the case. Again, that's a given. That's sort of the minimum. But there will be times that a patient doesn't match their labs or their x-rays. There may be a time when a child's mother says, something's not right, even when the entire workup is negative and part of you agrees with her. Tap into that feeling. Trust your intuition, because more often than not, it will be correct. I'll never forget a morning on rounds as a chief resident. I rounded on a patient who had been admitted for 5 days after having surgery. She was one of those patients who always had a lot to say and who complained a lot. But that morning she was quiet, and all she said was, "I'm feeling a lot worse today." All her morning labs were stable, her exam was unchanged. On paper, she looked the same as she looked the previous 4 days. But she, the patient, just looked unwell. Within 3 hours, she was in the cardiac cath lab, getting a cardiac stent due to concerning EKG changes. I thought back to what Malcolm Gladwell wrote, and I thanked my lucky stars I listened to my gut that morning. You will be that chief resident someday. You will know when someone is unwell, sometimes just by the way they say good morning or look at you when you walk in the room. Fortunately for you and all your future patients, Brown will prepare you for all those clinical challenges, the expected and the unexpected. But I think what makes Brown Medical School special is that it invests as much in teaching as it does in cultivating growth beyond the classroom. I think so much of the future of medicine is collaboration with our colleagues within the medical world and also in other fields. And at Brown, you are surrounded by national and international leaders in medicine, translational research, public health, education, technology, and innovation, you have the opportunity to find lifelong mentors in whatever you become interested in. Reach out to those people. At Brown, they're actually really excited to work with you. Finally, although this day is about celebrating you, I hope that you take some time to thank your family and your friends, you already have, but a little bit more is worth it, who supported you. As we know, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a really special one to raise a future physician. They will continue to be your home base. They will continue to lift you during your tough days and continue to celebrate your accomplishments. As evidenced by my family in the audience today, including my mom. Class of 2026, congratulations. Welcome to one amazing club of individuals who share in your enthusiasm, excitement, and commitment to maintaining and restoring human health through the practice of medicine. I am so excited for all your future accomplishments, and I am confident that you will truly change the world of medicine for the better. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, I have no idea how I'm going to follow these amazing speakers, but I'm going to do my best. And I just want to say a couple things off script a little bit. Dr. Johnson, that was one of the best speeches I've ever heard. And when you mentioned biochemistry and enzymes and OSCE, so this overwhelming sense of anxiety came over me. And I'm still trying to get out of that. And then Dr. Aguiar, I had the exact same experience as you on the plane, except the second time they asked for a medical professional after a doctor, no one raised their hand when they asked for a doctor. A nurse, I think, volunteered. And then they announced again, is there a doctor on the plane? And I said, finally, I raised my hand. And they're like, okay, what kind of doctor are you? Hand surgeon? And she's like, oh, we'll go with the nurse. Yeah. So, very similar experience. Okay, anyway, all right, let's get to it. So, congratulations. I want to say congratulations to the Warren Alpert Medical School class of 2026. As current president of the Brown Medical Alumni Association, better known as the BMAA, it is my honor to welcome you. It is a distinct honor to sponsor the White Coat Ceremony, especially as we celebrate 50 years of medicine at Brown. You all are now a part of our history and our future. The BMAA comprises all alumni of the Warren Alpert Medical School and, of course, the medical school under its previous names, as well as undergraduate alumni from Brown who earned their medical degrees elsewhere, residents, fellows, and faculty members and house staff of the medical school. The mission of the BMAA is to connect medical alumni to the greater Brown community by sponsoring networking and medical community events, hosting students as they travel for residency interviews, coaching and mentoring students, supporting the Brown Medical Annual Fund and providing seed grants from medical student interest groups, supporting Dean Jane and medical school leadership and strategic planning efforts. The BMAA is the organization that ties all medical alumni together and provides a lifetime network of colleagues that you can tap into for personal or professional advice. And for all of you receiving a white coat today, that relationship begins now. Donning the white coat represents a turning point in your education and your career. For most of you, your education has not included care of patients up to this point, although you have your white coats now, you can just get up and go. I'm just kidding. It's a very, very special ceremony today. As you move forward, you will have the lives of your patients in your hands. The white coat is a symbol to the world of this transition in your life. Welcome to a truly noble profession. We will now recognize each student by calling their name for the presentation of coats by Dean Mukesh Jain. Theodore Ado. Sophia An. Laura Arango. Bazif Ahmed Bala. Patrick Barhouse. Malik Barshay. Justin Bissett. Needy Baskar. John Bird. Jamie Bozeman. Francesca Bragg. Okay. Sarah Buchanan. Alexandra Burgess. Michaela Carrillo. Kenny Chang. Sawed Chowdhury. Jamie Chang. Sumana Chintapali. William Choi. Jessica Churchill. Madeline Clark. Maria Cortinez. Christos Kostias. Shelby Cronkite. Christopher Da Vega. Gabe Diane. Weston Dolumba. Kelsey DiGovea. Dylan DiSano. Nadine Naja. Kevin Epen. Rodolfo Steven Estrada. Carmen Fallon. Adam Fayad. Griffin Feinberg. Noah Feldman. Stephanie Francalancia. Jorge Garavito. Vanessa Garcia. Paloma Garcia Radiz. Jonathan G. Corbin Gerhardt. Nicholas Gessner. Julia Gillette. Jacob Glick. Claire Graydonis. Estelle Hahn. Zahim Hawk. Jono Harrison. Anthony Harwell. James Key. Barbara Sofia Hernandez. Benjamin Homer. Brooke Horowitz. Victor Hunt. It's so funny hearing Dean Jane say these words up here. Don't step on my toes. Francis Imaria. Rishi Jain. I'm extra anxious now.
Hands okay.
Hands are okay. Yeah, I'm good. Rishi Jain. Michael Evans James. Benjamin Junmin An. Kareem Judy. Reed Junkin. Anar Kansara. Sonia Kapadia. Juliana Katz. Luca Katz. Natalie Kelly. Victoria Kent. Ali Khan. Wyatt Kim. Anna Kimata. Shreyas Kulkarni. Shamath Kurumkote. Miranda Lasar. Gerard Laurent. Chanbin Lee. Lynette Lang. Melinda Lee. Sabrina Liu. Mary Liu. Alexa McKinnon. Joseph Mador. Lindsay Marmor. Josue Marquez. Maria Guerrero Martinez. Frank Buncha Buni. Claire Mepians. Aiden Meyer. Cameron Miller. Monish Nadella.
Was that bad? Is that like bad luck? No, yeah.
Okay. Akash Nadella? Okay, I didn't lose my spot. That's good. Sophia Namora. Liam Nazario Johnson. Salini Nguyen. Kaylin Nix. Julia Norek. Hyunju Oh. Marina Okawa. Fatine Oliveira. Tyler Owens. Akansha Pandey. Shreya Parati. Carl Porto. Mira Rajani. Mateo Rios. Anna Risk. Julia Rice. Emilia Sagatite. Amber Sale. Elise Sauber. Danielle Saka. Philip Schmidt. Natalie Schoen. Christian Schroeder. Iman Sigmund. Conrad Scarpness. Joshua Smith Serene. Achyuta Srinivasan. Alexa Steckler. Trina Swanson. Elizabeth Terry Cantor. Orvi Tiwari. Brenton Travers. Asia Tucker. George Umebo. Christina Vasquez. Samir Wahood. Emily Wang. Janet Wanjiku. Scott Whitney. Maureen Whittlesey. Carrie Williams. Shawnee Williams. Julia Winchell. Mina Wu. Nathan Wright. Justin Wida. Lisa Yang. Hosam Zaki. Helen Zhang. Lian Zhao. All right, now go see patients.